Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, dear friends, to the Ghost Gaming Rise Nation relegation game for ESL Pro League Season 7. It's the pistol. And we are already down into the 2 versus 2. It's going to be Seb and Connor coming in for the retake. VSA to the back of the site. Gets popped straight away. Moose, he's got the cover from the first. And the Glock at a distance doesn't do the damage. Connor takes his head. And that's going to be Ghost grabbing themselves the pistols. Which means that we have kicked things off on the pick of Rise Nation with the pistol for Ghost Gaming. I, of course, am Scrawny. I'm going to be taking you guys through the action here on the ESLB stream. And I'm all alone. So it's just me and you. Now, I personally think this match is actually going to be a really good one. It's been a long time since we've seen Ghost Gaming play versus guys like Rise Nation. Both these teams coming in from the Mountain Dew League in the last 2 seasons. But Ghost looking a little reinvigorated. That, of course, being with the late acquiring of Dallas. The AWP prowess of the highly anticipated Wardell. Unfortunately for Ghost, man, did they have struggles this season. You can, of course, chalk that up to a lot of roster changes. Very unstable was this team. But then again, Rise Nation this weekend, speaking of unstable, having put up some disappointing performances. They lose versus Soar, upset there. They get eliminated from the group stage of the Mountain Dew League LAN. And now this is their last chance. They had 3 kind of shots this weekend. And while this game itself isn't going to lead to the promotion or relegation, it is, of course, the opening match between these two. Very slow second round coming forward from Rise Nation. They've got themselves closer to the sites, and Moose actually gets himself a kill outside. B shuts that down right away. Doesn't want to rotate off of ramp just yet, but there we have it. Eventually, Rise Nation, they pull the trigger, and Ghost Gaming pull theirs straight back. Convert the point, keep 4 players up, and that's money in their pockets as an early buy chimes in from Rise Nation. Very aggressive from B. He's going to try to flash his way through ramp. Dazzle waits for it, and that pays off. In the meantime, we've got the T side with some positioning outdoors. Jonji by the boxes. Moose above. It's going to allow for the bomb to double back through the lobby. And Wardell, he's getting curious. Sits back towards secret stairs. Hopes that somebody walks his way. Could at any given moment pry to the top of Silo, where of course Moose still sits. He's got the advantage of the single AWP in this round. Sure enough, he comes back for it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wardell misses the shot. Jonji's going to get that much closer. Wardell very wary of it, and he hits the first shot. That's Jonji down back into the 4v4. Connor's going to try to escape with his life because they are lickety split straight behind him. Dazzle doubles back and finds Connor. Another kill into the hands of Rise Nation, and as opposed to hitting that B site, they change direction straight towards the heavens. As 3 linger down in hell, clearing outdoors. It's going to leave Wardell isolated in the vents. Seb alone towards hut, and he's got players above him already. He hears this. Can't stop the plant, as that definitely comes through. Ghost Gaming have been pinched into this B-site defense. They've been fooled. But Seb still lingers on. He's looking to crack this one open. He knows there's presence on the site, but where are they? His teammates trying to relocate from secret stairs. Getting into the realm of a save here. Time is the issue, but Seb good for 1 already, as his teammates will just retreat back towards secret stairs. They never came out to help him. They're going to let this one slide as Rise Nation on the board early on. And if they exit towards secret, maybe they take some guns. They've got to be careful not to lose theirs. They'll be fine. They're all right. And they have dropped another rifle. Not, of course, the op of Wardell, as that one makes its way through. man, does that early buy ever pay out? Ghost Gaming, while they do keep that op in the hands of Wardell, chime in with only the CZs after the fact. Light armor for 2, smoke on B, but they're going to try to get Wardell into a more aggressive position. He does have that escort right to his side, and he's also got Dazzle just past the doorway. Oh, and he's spotted. The shot is good, but the follow-up damage comes in from B. Trade frag to Dazzle. The rest of Rise Nation now, accepting that they have lost the inner doors, will go ahead and hit outside. Pushing past the boxes. Connor cannot contest from this distance. So we watched Ghost Gaming try to relocate, but look at this. Jonji, he's already got his way down towards the B site. Up close is the fight VB. But sure enough, that's another op headshot. Can he hit the spray? He commits and eventually gets it. Jonji with a fresh mag spots Connor 93. VSA wants to go for the plant, but Connor wants to stop it. They catch Seb, the only armed player. And Connor, CZ, can't get much done. Yet again, the distance is the issue. We see him towards heaven. We see him towards vents. He just can't simply find any footing. And so Rise Nation convert their first point. Now we're all tied at 2. Four CZs bought in the last round, 5 CZs bought in this one. 4 of those players are going to hit up that A site early on as Rise Nation look to do the same. Molotov forces the fight, and Dazzle drops 3 bodies on the anti-eco. Seb comes into the hut, however, dropping his teammate behind him, so thank goodness for Dazzle. Does the damage. And then he's just going to put himself back into the corner here. Seb crossing over, hits himself the headshot. And this is Ghost Gaming nibbling away here at the numbers of Rise Nation. CTs have yet to obtain a gun. They have not bitten into the fruits of their labor. You can see, of course, Moose and Ace just trying to control this situation. Sitting back, watching the corpses, and ensuring that they can trade frag no matter what occurs. 50 seconds to the clock, full utility. Once they get down ramp, they could just stampede their way into the B site. It's all going to come down to what Ghost does while they take their time. B actually wraps all the way around, obtaining the AWP. Sure enough, Rise Nation do head downwards. And B's going to try to get into the vent here. He could buy time or create the distraction, but the Molotov denies that opportunity. This is going to pin Rise into the back of the site. Seb, sure enough, does get towards ramp. And neither Ace nor Moose move towards decontamination. Moose going to sit straight behind the silo. Hits the headshot of Seb. And now it's up to B to clutch. And Moose just drops them both. Well done on his behalf. That's Rise Nation with a third. But we have found ourselves back in with the Ghost Gaming buy. Opt for Wardell yet again. And of course, if we're talking ops, then it's going to be Wardell versus Ace of Rise Nation. But right now, he doesn't have one. It's going to be that 5 AK stampede straight into Connor 93, and he falls. Moose going to trade that one straight back as the CT set scrambling down to the B site. Moose is going to try to continue this charge. And it's Seb that he meets inside the vents, able to stop him and slow this one down. But VSA chucking the molly inwards forces Seb out. Spotted by Dazzle, traded by Wardell, and now B comes into play, but he's spotted just beneath the feet. Dallas to the backside of the plant here as Rise Nation contain decon. Maintain the after plant. Ace gets burned into the open here. He's versus Wardell. And now it's on VSA. Caught with no gun in the exchange. That is Ghost Gaming back to the board at a 3rd point per team now. 2 weapons moving forward in the AK and AWP. That was a nice scramble by Ghost to get downwards. Of course, Rise Nation spotted on that full stampede down secret. Poor Connor couldn't contain it. CT's able to get into position. Nice utility as well there from Wardell, burning Ace into the open. This is an important round, however. Money for the T side, dangerously low. Ghost Gaming looking to dodge that reset. It looks like B's just going to creep through the smoke here. He comes in from behind. Dazzle comes back to spot it, and he stops it as well. The headshot to the favor of the T side puts this one 5v4, and they're going to try to push that momentum with a couple more flashes. Certainly grabs the attention of Connor. Seb is still pushed up towards Hut, as he does. Despite that Molotov missing its mark, no one's going to punish Connor for it. They're just going to stay stagnant inside the lobby. With a minute on the clock, there is no rush here. They've got full utility versus the one full belt of Wardell. He still plays that op outer. We do see a smoke grenade come in from the rafters, hits it towards heaven. Seb tries to push into this execution, but now it's Dallas who's going to have to stop it from above. He takes one. Connor takes his place, and Rise Nation trades successfully at the end of that round. 4-3 as they regain their lead. Put Ghost Gaming into a tough financial situation. Looks like Rise are going to go back into that fast outer play. However, they've left Dazzle to sit back and keep his eyes on lobby, as he's done multiple rounds before, trying to keep that ramp push honest. We have seen Ghost Gaming go for that on both buys and these sorts of light forces. That's what this one is, a little curb purchase. Ghost Gaming really loving these CZ75s. The second round, we've seen them pick up 5 of them. Once buying 4 to surround the op of Wardell. Nearly half of these rounds have been this purchase from Ghost, but this one comes with no utility, nothing, nada. They're going to have to rely on the positioning of their pistoleros. They've given up Hell, where we watch Rise Nation wrap round. Now, they went all the way from outer into Hell, and now they wrap towards Ram. First point of contact is going to be B, down towards the control room. We see, of course, Connor over here towards decontamination. So if they get to the bomb site, then he becomes a problem. There's B first down. Connor to reposition here. He's going to try to get to control doors, and that costs him. 2 quick kills coming in from Rise after the first. Wardell and Dallas left over. And this round really just a question of can they get the damage done. As of yet, it's just been VSA losing 3/4 of his health. And nothing more for Ghost. Wardell finding one. Actually pulled Dallas's potential frag back, but Jonji looks to re-aggress here. Dallas catches the angle, grabs himself the AK. Does he find the Moose? Yes, sir. Another headshot for Dallas, so at least dealing some damage back to Rise Nation, hitting him in where it hurts. Oh, Dallas, Dallas, Dallas. Tries to run away and loses the AK. So Rise Nation, while they sustain losses, it's Ghost that is cleared out. And it is Ghost that still maintains the pistol buy. It is 3 sets of Kevlar, 4 CZs, and nothing on B. Presumably looking for that op on Wardell. Still Rise playing outside. Now, fortunately for Rise Nation, they haven't really hit much of a contest on that outer positioning when it's the gun rounds of Ghost. But versus the CZs, there's not much they can do. Damn it, Dazzle. He's found 3 frags in this one already, doing a very good job of clearing up these pistol buys. Moose should find Connor, and he does. Wardell just trying to get into fray versus Dazzle, but he'll find himself a 4th. 14-7 in the opening 10 rounds of the game. I believe 7 of those 14 coming in versus the anti-eco, but regardless, important frags when it comes to keeping his team alive or clutching back rounds. Now, it's a double op setup between B and Wardell. A change up in the defense. In the same round that Ace has been equipped with his trusty op. It is yet again a fast outer hit. Ace amongst the push. It's Connor with a little bit of a gap on that smoke. He can definitely spot the feet and the shadows. Hits the first, then the second. Moose skewered on the cross. And that's Ghost Gaming to the 2-man advantage. But look at Jonji. Not only getting himself down below, but knowing that the glass is broken, he anticipates the peek. Still can't hit the shot, and that's 5v2 now. Ghost Gaming making something of this double op setup. Didn't need the ops, really. As Wardell does find one, however. They've left Ace to try and pluck one back. Now, Seb is just to his left. And then Connor's there to support, playing back behind the vents. So we will play the waiting game. VSA sits outside as well. Honestly, Rise Nation, they wouldn't mind just keeping these guns alive. So if Ghost Gaming let them do that, they'll sit here for the last 35 seconds. If, of course, they manage to find 1 or 2 frags spontaneously, then maybe they just throw it to the wind, because they can rebuy next round anyways. This would be a very good opportunity for them to actually deal some damage, but if the damage doesn't come their way, they could just let it slide. Seb misses the first shots, but he will still clean up 1. And VSA burning Connor to a crisp in the very few closing seconds of that round. 2 ops moving forward, 4 players total, 4 rounds to the board. Ghost Gaming cutting that lead down to 2, but as they did in the 6th round, they cannot afford the reset here in the 11th. Would all of a sudden give Rise Nation an incredibly strong start to this T side. They don't have that already. Fast clash on the A site. Dallas not finding anything, but Dazzle sure does take one. Connor coming in from heaven as well. Spots Dazzle, drops him, and Moose is going to trade into the 1v3. Peeks towards Wardell, finds another frag, but B from above yet again. Ghost Gaming just flooding the heavens with corpses and lives alike. Fast clash, as said, on A. Rise Nation trying to catch the CTs by surprise, and instead they catch themselves in a bit of an awkward spot here. Jonji can't buy himself, neither can VSA. Dazzle could drop to make this work, so I anticipate this pause being a tactical from Rise Nation. Figure out the buy, figure out what's going wrong, and maybe see if they can come back in these last 4 rounds. Of course, if you guys are avid Rise Nation fans, well, you probably watched them on the big stage of DreamHack Winter in Jönköping, Sweden, where they played the likes of Heroic in a best of 3, including a game on Nuke. Now, in that game, one of the things that I think really went wrong for the T side of Rise Nation is that they weren't allowed to exploit this outer yard. Their wall of smokes kept getting screwed up by Molotovs from the CTs. And yet this time, because they do play a heavy outside presence, Rise Nation have not been challenged until now. I mention it, and Wardell, he hits that first opening shot. The Molotov comes out late. He will still try to catch kills on the cross, but 2 men from Rise do go downwards. 3rd and 4th to join them late. Jonji finding the trade, but it is set to stop Moose. And therefore, the man advantage. Ghost Gaming trying to reposition onto the B site. B has gotten himself downwards. Connor plays over towards Hell. He has to be cautious, though. Look at Ace. He's already gotten himself towards control. Trying to split into the B site. Dallas is far above them, so B's the only man down here to contest this. Check your radar. You'll see that Wardell still plays in the big garage, so he's going to come down secret late. This is actually a pretty solid after plant from Rise Nation. We've got Jonji back behind the barrels. He's watching vent. We've got Ace over here towards control stairs, waiting for this two-man secret push. And then, of course, VSA over towards Decon. 2-2 split between ramp and secret for the CTs. Trying to push in. Ace looks to stop it. Needs to hit the heads. Dallas gonna distract him as Wardell catches the kill, but then 3 straight back from Rise. It's all on Connor. He's getting to the site. The smokes, the flash, it's all around him. And Connor is lost. No clue what's going on. Taps the bomb in desperation. Rise Nation with the round. 7-5 now. As they get 2 players through the end of that one, the split works out. And they hold it on after the fact, despite the man disadvantage. Ye old match paused. With good reasoning too. Ghost Gaming in a bit of a pickle. Money not looking too hot. Try to figure out what they could come in here with the buy. So single loss, which means of course if they lose this next one, they're sitting on that good old $1,900 bonus. 19 on the players sitting around 3K would be great, but Wardell could drop some P250s. 7 Connor shouldn't touch much. I wouldn't mind watching a couple of pistols picked up here. You do have that little bit of excess cash, unless you want the full grenades, because Rise Nation have looked to play those fast rounds inside the A site once the tempo has slowed down. And last round did do exactly that, right? We had one of those kind of mid-round frantic fights. We had players split all across the map, and it was after moments like those that Rise Nation tend to tempt the tempo. Just charge head first into a bomb site. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try and do that. Maybe throw a guy like Ace outside. Then again, this could also be a technical pause. Who knows? I don't. And you probably don't either. Late buy is going to come in. I was going to say, we're getting down to the last few seconds, and Rise still didn't have their guns bought. However, better late than never. And we do watch the CTs come into the purchase of their own. That's going to put Connor and Dallas with a bit of utility, but only those sidearms. Good opportunity to push up towards red box. I do like this play. The Jonji is already going to start to shut this one down, and Moose from above looks to help things out. Connor finding at least 1 kill, but Dazzle skewers him inside the mini. Needs to keep his eyes on the flank, however, but look at Wardell. He's gotten behind them. He's gotten a gun. Wardell's in a fantastic position, dropping Ace, tries to stop the bomb, hitting VSA in the attempt to plant. Then it is the ump up close. Seb unable to find another frag, but it is down to the 1v1. And it is Dazzle on the bomb site with the strong plant. Seb does not have the kit. Dazzle has the weapon advantage. This is a very crucial round as well, so Seb certainly should go for this. Problem being, time doesn't have that kit. He's burned off a lot of time just doubling back between the doors. Now he commits, and as he makes noise, Dazzle guns him down and wins another round for Rise Nation. Now that got frantic. Nice little attempt there on the outer red box. The CT's trying to circumvent the disadvantage of only having pistols. Sure enough, with that number of bodies outside, Rise Nation just assumed they'd cleared everyone from the smokes, but Wardell tries his best to go unnoticed. Dazzle with an instant zinger. Connor is dropped. And this one, a quick pistol round, I'm sure. USPs for the most part. Seb, the power of Zeus behind him. Let's watch Seb. Oh, A for effort, buddy. John G dodges the Zeus. The zap. B thinks he can exit away, but sure enough, surprise, surprise, John G lies in wait, and that's Rise Nation now on 9. It's actually pretty refreshing getting to watch Ghost Gaming again. I feel like throughout the weekend in New York City, we have watched Ghost Academy, but now we've got the real deal. Four teams in this relegation showdown, of course, is Rogue, Ghost, Rise, and GX. The other matches going on in the ESL mainstream. And this will be the only match covered on the B stream. th and final round of the half, and already a 5 versus 3. That is Wardell's AWP, which has come into fruition. Gets both picks off of Secret Stairs. Retreats into B site, and what's he going to do? Go position on ramp? That would be a great idea. You try to reposition the AWP on the opposite side of the map of which it has been spotted. This allows for B to rotate off. And if Rise Nation try that late B execution, well, they're walking straight into the scope. Molotovs could contest Seb, but he extinguishes the threat, puts out the flames. Dallas above, spotted out. Seb comes in from smoke, hits the kill. VSA traded, leaving Ace alone. 1v4, 30 seconds, final round, nothing to lose, everything to gain, and yet he is slain. To the 6-9. Ghost Gaming start to pull it back with at least that one round. Very quickly back into the T side now of Ghost Gaming. No pauses, no delays. No one's got time for that. Connor 93 working the utility inside. Smoke grenades, flashbangs. That'll create the distraction. Pulls the man into mini. And it is in that moment that Dazzle repositions over towards the side of Vent. This has allowed for Ghost to get downwards unspotted, uncontested. The rotation towards that B site incredibly delayed. Ace over on ramp. It's only John G here, and he's about to get a mouthful of terrorists. B kicks in his teeth. And the T side yet to fully commit. Meanwhile, Ace tagged up, gushed by a Glock. Here's Connor wrapping round. Connor tries to drop, and then he and Wardell both find frags. Rise Nation barely even seeing anyone in this pistol. It's down to the 2 versus 5. Very little to lose here, so they try and push it in. Connor's having none of it. 2 follow-up headshots and a pistol round for Ghost. Now picking up both pistol rounds of the first map. The map choice of Rise Nation. Nuke. Followed by Train. Heading to Mirage. If necessary, if need be. For now, Rise Nation are going to need either a stroke of luck or genius. Fighting off with a back foot. 3 CZs, 5-7, and a USP. Ace, he wants to keep his cash. Looks to build a little interest. Ensure that he affords the op going into the first gun round. We did watch Wardell find impact from Secret Stairs in a couple of those rounds on the CT side, but for the most part it was rifle play, I'd argue, through and through. Terrorists crack the windows on the rooftops, play patient inside hut. And off of the utility here from Connor93. We should watch some kind of a push. Might wrap into mini. And then just escapade into A. But they've got a minute, so there is no rush here. They can wrap around through hell, try to hit up the ramp. Ace, not spotting the players just beneath him, will now see them as Connor sneaks on by. Finds Jonji on ramp. That's an opening towards the B site, and he's just going to go full stampede, but he could make contact versus Moose. In the meantime, Dallas and Dazzle each finding a frag. VSA with another, so this is even keel 3v3. CTs have grabbed one gun. VSA on the AK. He's looking to hold off on the bomb. And right now, Dazzle could create a great distraction. Dazzle finding the first, and the trade from VSA leaves it to Wardell. 15 seconds on the clock. He's got to rush this. He needs to run. There's just no time. Either he finds the frags or he gives up the round, and I don't think he's got it. He knows it. Goes back for the kill, and he can't catch that either. It is Ghost with the upset. Rise Nation stealing it away, just as they did with that early buy in the third round of their T-side. They've done it with the pistols in the second half. Hitting Ghost Gaming on all four fronts. Individual frags and a nice little crossfire inside hut. Certainly helps, of course, that Connor was so tagged up as he came in, because he dropped to the single bullet of the pistol, pulled the attention away from VSA, who then just slays that last remaining player. Nice trades. Pushes Wardell into an awkward spot where the time is the issue. Right now, Ghost, they go parading into the ramp, and Connor, he blindsides Jonji, who never sees it coming, but Ace and Dazzle have gotten their place onto the B site. CT's wrapping round as Dallas drops a body. VSA with a trio of frags, and that is 3 men up from Rise at the end of the 18th. 19th rounds upon us, and it is not enough money in the coffers of Ghost Gaming to justify the buy. So we'll watch them trickle in with a couple of pistols, and we'll see what they can do versus the weaponry of Rise Nation. 3 M4s, the AK, the UMP, all the grenades in the world. This is the sort of round that Ghost should never win, but Rise Nation have proven you can do it. We'll see if the T's can put this one on its head. They certainly started off. Speaking of heads, Dallas pops Dazzle. Narrow angle through the hut, straight through the windowsill. With a 5v4 situation, Ghost, they can continue to play patient. If anything, they're probably hoping that Rise Nation look to make some kind of ambitious play, something to cut down this man disadvantage. And on top of that, we also have Ghost with Connor lurking from beneath. He finds Moose, easy frag. And he picks up the M4. They weren't able to grab the gun of Dazzle, but they do get that of Moose. And this could be seriously Ghost Gaming coming back with another round. Jonji, he's able to stop one towards ramp. He's getting pinched upon, and he stops it all because Ace comes in to help. Man advantage straight back for Rise. They get themselves the bomb. However, Connor still has this gun. And he's got the Kevlar. Headshot to Jonji could do it. Tries to push up, needs to be cautious. He has grabbed the bomb, and he's gotten back towards site. In the meantime, Wardell, he looks to stop the push back, but now it's Connor to clutch. A 1v3 as he pushes forward. He hears the footsteps, mows down 2, looking for the 3rd. Connor hits them all. Cleans up the bomb site, grabs himself the plant, and makes it look easy. As Ghost Gaming force their way back onto the board. What a beautiful round on only pistols. Woo! What a round. Connor, 93. What's really crucial in that moment, of course, is not just the fact that he gets the kill onto Moose towards Secret, but the fact that he gets that M4. Because without a primary weapon, there's no way he mows down those players. Despite them being on, 15 health apiece, those first two, he wouldn't have had the magazine size, probably wouldn't have had the confidence to double back, and maybe just plays Toxic instead. So that is a serious hindrance versus Rise Nation. You can see they come into this round with only sidearms, looking to win another like this due to Ghost, what was done to them. Upset with the pistols. They try to clash inside of lobby straight away. Ghost Gaming doing a good job of actually avoiding that first push by playing outside. Nobody steps foot inside of lobby. Nobody wants to be that first frag. The weapon retrieved. The cause of problems. But now, Ghost Gaming, they just group up. A cohort of T's coming into the lobby. Dazzle on the other side. And he spots the bodies. Oh, they see him as well. Comes back to poke and prod. And now they're just going to go charging into the ramp. Jonji's trying to retreat back from this. He's going to just get into the Toxic. Now they're going to have to find a way to get him out of here. In the meantime, his teammates do arrive, both of which shut down. Connor and Wardell catching kills. Jonji shuts the door in Seb's face. Seb trying to get him out of here. And eventually he will. Ace finding the only kill for the CTs thus far. But he also gets the gun. So could save that into the next. With a Molotov to deny any kind of an aggression, he could sit towards Secret Stairs. But this is definitely a round back for Ghost. I really like what they do there. They try to get away from that initial push by just keeping it patient outside, and then they group up playing the buddy system, using that one-man outdoors to use utility, create the distraction, and not, allow Rise Nation to confidently rotate downwards. They were very hesitant. Nobody got into position. You can see how Jonji desperately needed it, but once players did arrive, the terrorist side shut them down. And Ace, the very last moment, gets through with his weaponry. It's at least an AK in the hands of Rise, coming into this round where nobody else will buy too much. A little bit of Kevlar, a little bit of pistols, and Ace, the playmaker. A little group up here from Rise inside the A site. Glass showering the head of Moose. He's wary now of that wraparound, which could be indicated by the fact that players were on the rooftops. You never know if someone's actually been able to sneak around using that new walkway to hit up heaven. Ace was not in a position to spot it, so it's very likely that somebody could be out there. You can see Moose will maintain this position, fully committed. In the meantime, Dazzle back behind the vents. Wardell crouches beneath the shot. Connor and B charging in from Mini, clear up another. Now Moose doubles back into this, tries to do something on the site as Jonji comes upwards. Jonji gets splattered as Moose drops below. Moose just abandoning all hope of the round. Ace still maintains the AK, so his life that much more valuable.
Bomb has been planted.
Ghost Gaming doing work on this T side now. It's going to be now 3 straight. Despite that reset in the second round, they've got very quickly back ahead of this. And that's one of the interesting things with this matchup, right? You tend to see North American teams banning Nuke versus Rise Nation because they know that they are very comfortable playing this map. It's always kind of been one of those pocket picks from Rise, and it tends to then use the insta-ban of their opponents. But I do agree with Ghost Gaming banning out Inferno versus Rise. That's another map that they've been very willing to play versus top-tier opponents. The map pool versus Heroic at DreamHack Winter was, of course, both Inferno and Nuke. So I would have said they're two best maps. But Ghost Gaming have individuals that tend to like this map. Dallas, Connor, they're no strangers to a little bit of Nuke. I feel like even way back in the B's Money Crew days, we would watch B call a solid T-side on this map. So why not try to take it from them? Rise Nation have shown weakness throughout the weekend. And they're dwindling in this round. Man advantage up now thanks to B, hitting ace through the little cover he held onto. However, Jonji just beneath him will find B straight back. No, Dazzle's gotten himself into the lobby. Wardell's gonna get caught off. He is. But Dazzle's traded, as is Seb. VSA getting ahead of this, leaving Connor to clutch again. We watched him close a 1v3. This would be the 1v2, and he walks right into Jonji. Not that it stops him. Both frags go his way. And Connor bailing Ghost out again in a crucial moment, clutching it out and tying this one up at 11 rounds apiece. I feel like we've seen Rise Nation with pistols more often than guns. This round will be no exception of that. Ghost, yet again, just doing what they did in a previous round similar to this buy, which is sit outside and wait. Shave down the clock. Play with the Sandman and then come in late into the round. Of course, this kind of a buy from Rise Nation is going to limit them at a distance, so they look to set the crossfire. Nice little piece here between VSA and Dazzle, looking to play the old bait and switch. Draw the tease into secret. You can see Dallas through the wall getting curious downwards. Moose, having lost outside of A, will fall into the door. And this makes sense because they're anticipating the fact that they've got the ability to wrap, which they have. Connor 93 coming into heaven now. Teammates by his side. Wardell still plays outer. And Jonji just beneath this will find one. Seb eliminates him back. Moose now looks to get into the fray. And instead, he is slain. Ghost with a 12th round and a 1-point lead. It's been a while since we've seen Ghost in the lead. Since the beginning of the game, in fact. But now they've got it. And it comes off of a great T-side so far. I would say Connor. Connor's been having a lights out half thus far. Great game regardless. And I feel like that is the story of Ghost, unfortunately, right? We have to remember that we're playing both the ECS. Yeah, they're playing North American ECS and Pro League. At one point, they had like an 8 or 9-man roster that were just standing in for both leagues. There was so much uncertainty surrounding the team. There was a point that Wardell then leaves the roster, then Wardell comes back, and it's just been a very up and down trajectory for Ghost in the last 6 months, and they were kind of touted as that up and coming team as B's Money Crew. Rise Nation seemed to take that place in most recent months, but now head to head, it's Ghost with a 1-point lead in the opening map of the first BO3 between these guys of NA Relegation. Moose with a strong position here on the boxes, drops the bomb, knows that T's have got past him. So he takes another. Rise Nation come with a breath of life into the round. 4 frags. And a single man left standing. That's Seb. Tries to double back by the outer boxes. Moose on the other side goes down. And this could be the damage dealt back. Now Seb, he knows the round's a long shot. It certainly is. Rise comes back in with a 12th of their own after 5 straight from the T side. The CTs respond. Even events like the North American Minor for the E-League Boston event. Events like DreamHack Winter in Jönköping, Sweden. Rise Nation performing better than Ghost in both of those regards. I believe Rise actually beat Ghost straight up in order to qualify for DreamHack. And I don't even believe Ghost attended the Minor, probably falling in the qualification. So Rise have definitely put in more relevant recent results to the board. But a Pro League spot, that's what we expected from Rise Nation. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the weekend, I would have said 2-0, if not 2-1 over top of Soar. But Young Snakes had other ideas. Congratulations, by the way, of course, to Soar. Hard-fought win. Hear silence just blanketing this map until the op of Ace chimes in. 1 frag already, comes back for another. He knows he's being pushed, so he tries to fall back a little bit, and Janji gets into position to help. Skewering Seb as B finds 2 frags of his own. Connor looks to crack open the A site, but it's VSA above, getting himself 2. And putting Rise back in the lead, 13-12. The money on Ghost is still good. They will find another buy. But this is certainly a bit of footing back for Rise Nation. Very important that they dodge that economic reset. Had the 25th round gone the way of Ghost, well, this is a very incredible T side. Wardell's cracked this round open already. He finds Dazzle. Blast out the doorway. He blasts back the defense. Repositions to watch the push from ramp, but nobody over there is getting curious because Ace plays passively. Patiently waiting for the peak. And a little part of you thinks that Rise Nation should take some kind of an aggression. They should do something to get back from this man disadvantage. But the way Nuke plays, you can set up a couple of bottlenecks, just 2 crossfires towards the site. Sure enough, you might lose outer, but if you can get ahead of the push on the proper bomb site, if you can get a read on the execution, you can definitely hold the T's at bay. So they will just lie in wait. Until now, Ace starts to walk forward, and sure enough, Wardell, he's given up that angle he was previously holding. So Ace could catch a man walking back into his crosshair. Ace just has to be careful that he doesn't overextend. Again, nobody's watching outside, so that's what Ghost are playing for. They've got Connor working his way past Mini. If Connor can lurk around through that entrance, that would be one thing. But Ace has been spotted, so the T's know that the CTs are up to something. Seb executes right into the A site, finding himself 1 frag as Wardell drops the man above. Ace removed and Moose left over. Never even finding himself in the gunfight. Sure enough, they get 2 rounds back, but this loss would be 1,400 in the bank of Rise Nation. And that is a small injection of cash. So Moose, I would think, keeps this gun in hand. Do not give this over. We're getting into the nitty-gritty. Last 5 rounds of the entirety of this first map. And it looks like Ghost will let Moose sneak through. back in with guns. And so Rise Nation quickly going towards ramp. Position Jonji on the other side of a smoke. He's going to be closer towards the lobby. Ace has got the open door, but the T crosses his path. And in the meantime, the other opper of Wardell looks outer. Nobody from Rise Nation contesting this. Just like the last round, despite now having a 5v5, they will sit inside. Trying to use Ace to find an opening pick. Dazzle and VSA on the bomb site. Moose down towards B. His ramp is just clearly open for the taking. This is a very weird setup. They're giving up outer, so Jonji hoping that players walk into him. Right now, it's not a problem because Ghosts weren't making plays. They were sitting back patient. They could have been punished outside or on ramp. Easy map control for the taking, and yet eventually this setup works out because Ace finds that opening kill. Where's that going? Don't know. Now look, terrorists start to hit ramp. They will find their way downward. Again, they could have done that straight out of the gate. They're finally starting to do it in the later portion of the round. Moose just sitting on full display there. He had no help, no cover, no notice, nothing. And now Dallas going to try to plant the bomb. VSA slain as he attempts the exit. Ace now set to burn alive as Dallas holds the site. Dazzle towards the decon. Dallas looks the duel and he finds it. Now it's up to Ace, coming in with the op, finding the first one. Op v op, Wardell v Ace, and Wardell's gonna find it. Ghost with another round, a 1-point lead, and a very real chance now to break Rise Nation. A pause is called. Do they fight for this round? Do they let overtime slide? The pick of Rise Nation, now possibly in the hands of Ghost. They've got the economy, they've got the lead, and they've got Rise against the ropes. This is the decision. They go for the scout on Ace, pistols on 4. Rise Nation looking to contest this. Wardell from above gets gushed. 20 points of health as he falls off here. Lucky to be alive. A follow-up shot could have sealed his deal. You can see B playing patient, waiting for that player to push further up. Of course, nobody's there at this point. Scout of Ace still holding outer, the only weapon that can really contest this, and I do love to see the scout in the hands of Ace. He's a flashy opper, fast movement, and that plays right into the hands of the scout. He's tagged up B, that is 2 T's, now hurt heavily. And Dallas takes his head though. Rips it clean off as he crosses over towards the secret stairs. That is bomb now down towards B. However, pistols still aplenty on the side of Rise Nation, most of which above. Dazzle on hut, Moose and Jonji and VSA inside it. This is a B site open for the taking. No utility other than flashes on the retake. And as Dallas and B clear out below, Ghost Gaming continue to fight above. Minimizing the rotations of Rise Nation, but Dazzle still finds a kill here. He's going to be able to wrap back through secret stairs. Chucks the gun to Moose. More HP and still Kevlar. So how do they get into this? It's B and Dazzle towards Decon. CTs could just burst their way past this. Wardell finding the first frag. The CTs nearly line up and B can trade. It's all on Dazzle. 4 points of health, 2 enemies left over. And The poor guy has no kit. This round is done. He's got to retreat, fall back, and call it a day. And that is now Ghost on 15. Is he far enough? Yes, sir. Loses a chip off the armor, but that is perfectly fine. 2 rounds to go on the CT of Rise Nation. Playing for OT. Playing for a shot in the upper bracket finals, the ESL Pro League relegation. Rise finishing first. Is what a lot of players would have expected in terms of relegations, but again, I'm still not over that upset. Hopefully they are. Dallas waiting for a boost from the other side of the silo. Would be a cheeky play that you get to see every once in a while. Not being thrown this way yet from Rise. I feel like a lot of their setups on weaker buys have been just focused on playing inner, but the problem with that, the problem with giving up so much map control is they tend to not be on the right site once the hit comes in. Ghost Gaming just circumventing the defense, figuring out where they're not, and exploiting that. Right now we've got Moose towards Secret Stairs, spotted out by Connor. He's immediately just going to tuck tail. Full retreat, charging back towards the A site. He's going to come flying up the ladder, right into B. Now it's down to Ace, last man up on the ump. It's Ghost Gaming about to take the first map of the series. Unless Ace can win this out, he swaps to the sidearm and Wardell will drop him. 16-13 final score here on map 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ghost Gaming with a 1-point buffer in the opening BO3. Therefore, my friends, we will be taking a brief break before we're back with map number 2. You guys are watching the ESL Pro League Season 7 relegation games here on the ESL B stream on, of course, YouTube Gaming. We will see you guys in a little bit. Enjoy the break.